If we open up the possibility that individuals in the United States can routinely start suing other governments, then we are also opening up the United States to being continually sued by individuals in other countries.
Some 9/11 family members are outraged the president is going along with Saudi Arabia, which is warning that it will sell off hundreds of billions of dollars worth of American assets if this bill passes. Experts aren't sure that's a credible threat.
Show that clip to show the hypocrisy of people actually yelling for justice. What they want is selective justice regarding Donald Trump and facing 34 felony charges, of which over time, I'm sure that 3/4 of these charges are going to be dropped and that Donald Trump won't see the inside of a jail cell anytime soon. No president really does. Not for any egregious crime, that is. If you're going to prosecute Donald Trump, what about his assassination of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani? Actually, Qasem Soleimani was killed because he was actually killing the terrorists that the United States used to fund in Syria. And basically, they didn't want him to destroy the enemy that is actually trying to destroy their enemy, which is Bashar al-Assad in Syria. There's so many crimes that you could have charged Trump for, including war crimes. He dropped more drone strikes than Obama ever did, and I thought that was quite the miracle. But no, you went after him for some superfluous charge regarding payouts of a sexual mistress of sorts. This is all silly. It's all for show. And it's meant to do one thing. It's actually meant to basically fracture the essence of this country. Well, let's keep it at justice, shall we? For the hypocrisy of you people, of the fanatics, of the, I don't know what you are. I wouldn't even call you liberal because you stand for it. Back in September of 2016, when Obama was president, he actually nixed a bill that would have allowed the families of 9/11 victims to sue Saudi Arabia, the government, for their participation in 9/11 attacks. The argument was you can't hold the government accountable for radical militants and for what individuals do in their own accord. However, with the latest Operation Encore files released by, of all people, the Biden administration, who was actually pressuring the Saudi government to actually produce more barrels of oil when Crown Prince Salman shot down the idea 2 or 3 weeks later, these documents came out from the Biden administration authorized under Executive Order 11010, I believe. Shows you who's on your side. Well, Obama actually stated that the bill, which was sailing through the chambers of Congress, through the House and Senate, and with just a final passage just days before the 15th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. But the White House said the bill, which doesn't defer specifically to Saudi Arabia, could backfire by opening up the U.S. government and its officials to lawsuits by anyone accusing the U.S. of supporting terrorism, rightly or wrongly. Hey, here's a hint. They do. In fact, under the Obama administration, they actually supported militants in overthrowing Bashar al-Assad in Syria. This was a CIA covert program that was backed by Saudi Arabia, Israel, and Jordan. It was called Operation Timber Sycamore. Millions and millions of dollars went through the hands of Salafi jihadists, terrorists that were supposed to be fighting on the war on terror. How about that one? And so that's why I played that clip, just to show you who's on your side. Obama, Biden, Trump, Bush. No, they're not on your side. So why the hell are you voting for these people? These people actually only care about the interests that they benefit from or that they empower and futurely benefit from. 9/11 is basically the essence of just about everything that we're experiencing right now. The ripple effects have been felt ever since the first plane actually impacted the North Tower on that clear day of September 11, 2001. Let me add this as well. Throughout the last 22 years, the U.S. federal government, under this Democratic and Republican establishments, have basically kept a coordinated effort in keeping the truth hidden from the American people. Also, under those administrations I just mentioned, they actually protect their interests abroad, most notably Israel and Saudi Arabia. Why are we actually proposing FOIA requests about the foreign intelligence rings of both Saudi Arabia and Israel? Why aren't we pressuring their governments to come clean about what they collected before the attacks even happened? Need I mention to you that the largest foreign intelligence ring in U.S. history occurred between 2000 and 2001? They were called the Art Student Ring, located all throughout Southwest of the United States and Northeast of the United States. Meanwhile, out in the far West, Saudi government operatives like Omar al-Bayoumi, Fahad al-Tamari, Moussaad al-Jarrah, all were participating or facilitating logistically or financially two al-Qaeda operatives that were inside the United States that were known al-Qaeda operatives to them with the latest Operation Encore files. Why isn't the media all over this story? No, they would rather report just mundane things and also very explicit, divisive things that keep you dissatisfied and distrustworthy of each other. With information like this at your disposal, which is all part of the public record now, you could basically empower yourself and basically go after this monstrosity called the U.S. federal government, who are working against your best interests. And 9/11 is a great platform to use because the cover-up still goes on. But unless you're willing to stop this nonsense, turn off your TV, and basically protest as a unified humanity in asking for 9/11 truth to be told to the victims' families at least, well, then you're playing a repetitious game that has one winner, and it's not you.